Well enough for killing black ones.
Put the boundary stones back.
We didn't move them.
How did they move themselves then? Just rolled their way over so bracken cows can fill their bellies on blackwood grass?
The size of the
Fuck the size. And fuck you. This is our land.
It's bracken land. Babe killer.
What did you say?
Your false Queen Rhaenyra is a kinslayer.
Your uncle declared for Aegon, did he? Well then, let me tell you, Aegon Targaryen is no true king. Just as you are no true knight. You're both craven, little drugs.
Is that little knife?
You wouldn't dare.
Oh.
He dared.
That's... okay. Well,
Something happened. Oh my God.
good lord. So the battle of... oh, I guess both those houses must have been fighting after the...
Where is this for David?
I don't think so. This is near River Run.
Soon they will not even remember what it was that began the war in the first place.
That is easy enough. They usurped my throne.
That's just one answer. Or was it when the child was beheaded? Or when Aemond killed Luke? Or when Luke took Aemond's eye? 80 to now, the point where none of it will matter. When the desire to kill and burn takes hold and reason is forgotten. There may be another way. Alicent Hightower.
Alicent is in King's Landing. Her son sits my throne. There is nothing more to be said.
I had one dude, yeah.
Take a breath.
I was told you turned back from your ship to bring warning.
I was not believed at first.
You saved my life.
What is the life of a queen worth these days?
You wish to be rewarded.
As I would think, you would wish to reward me.
What price would you set?
A place at your court.
You said your earnest desire was to flee Westeros.
And you let me go. You showed me grace when you could have withheld it. I'm not often surprised.
One turn for another then.
I know the workings of the Red Keep, and the movements of those who serve there. And that is worth more than gold to you now.
And what is my worth to you?
I would punish the High Towers for what they have done. To me, to those who served me. But more than that, I know the struggles of the small folk of King's Landing. They will be ruled either by you or by the usurper. And only one of you has shown yourself to be merciful.
I hope you do not confuse mercy with clemency.
Are they always like this?
Sea smoke, my late Lord husband's dragon. He's grown restless of late. I cannot know why.
Maybe he's lonely.
claiming Harrenhal.
Apparently so. I, Sir Simon Strong, Castellan of Harrenhal, pledge fealty to Rhaenyra of House Targaryen, first of her name. I swear this by the old gods and the new. Supper is venison with black cabbage and peas. No red currant. Sorry about that.
I'll do the same.
That venison is well aged. Shame to let it waste.
I've survived many a battle. I do not mean to be felled by poison peas.
I'll admit that my cook's peas aren't exactly the stuff of legend, but poison.
Well, that's an easy way to kill a dragon rider.
If you've not yet surmised, you are welcome here.
What of your lord, Larys Strong? He who sits at the false court of Egon.
Larys Clubfoot is no lord of mine. He's a scourge upon this castle and this family. Do you not think it strange that his father, my nephew, Lord Lionel, perished by fire, and his son too, here in this damp place? It was the first fire here since Balerion ended the line of Harrow the Black. Even in summer we struggle to light the hearths. So no, you will find no loyalty to Larys Strong here, my prince.
Your Grace.
Forgive me, I'd only assumed that as consul.
We are reminded of the perilousness of assumption.
Indeed. Your Grace. What then brings you to our corner of the Riverlands?
Harrenhal is the largest castle in the Seven Kingdoms. Or perhaps that has escaped your attention.
Well, it is also not to be underrated in something of a state of disrepair, since your forebear incinerated much of it with his dragon.
Well, that is precisely why we must bring it into a state of repair.
Even if we possess the coin, my prince. Your Grace, to what possible end?
There are 40,000 swords in the Riverlands, the largest undeclared host in the realm. Only Harrenhal is of the size enough to garrison.
You should know that a substantial number of those swords have now declared and are presently at war. Houses Bracken and Blackwood have long detested one another.
Why?
Oh, well. The answer to that is lost in time. Sin begets sin, begets sin.
Summon your Lord Paramount so that I may treat with him myself and turn them to our cause.
That would be Lord Grover Tully, but he grows frail. It's said that he can no longer speak, nor seal his bowels. Begging your pardon, his grip on his banner when he's weak. They can do as they please.
I will speak with him nonetheless. People should obey their liege lord, whatever his condition. Perhaps the presence of the crown and a dragon will sharpen minds round these parts.
Might I ask, Your Grace, if you are successful, well, when you are successful, what then?
We march on King's Landing and take the throne.
The throne?
It's a big chair made of swords.
So, Kristen, may I present my brother, Sir Gawain Hightower, who arrived last night from Alton.
Sir Kristen. Mayhaps, I should say. My Lord Han.
So when? Welcome to King's Landing.
How exhilarating to arrive at court after
3 long months on the road to find my Lord Father, who served 3 kings faithfully, unseated as humble king.
And by a man from such modest beginnings. What a giddying ascent the gods bestowed on you.
Sir Gawain has volunteered to accompany you into battle.
We have a full complement, Your Grace.
Then you should have a full one.
The march will be hard, sir.
No one is more delighted than I to march out to war with the Dornishmen. Sister.
May the Seven guide you. Good night. And lead you not into shadow and death.
I thank Your Grace for her prayers. And request that she grant her favour. That her Lord Commander may go into battle with her blessings in his heart. Your Grace.
Still no sightings. No men, no horses, no ships, no dragons.
Good. Then we must seize the hour and act before our enemy does. They have penetrated our castle walls, and now the riverlands are aflame after the Battle of the Burning Mill. How fares Prince Damon with our army?
There has been no word from Prince Damon, Your Grace.
Then we must press what advantage we do have.
And what is that?
Dragons. Send them all out. Start turning green strongholds to our cause, and burn those who resist.
No. If dragons begin fighting dragons, we invite our own destruction. Fear of it is in itself a weapon. The Greens will make the same calculation.
The value of a sword is not within its scabbard.
We will secure victory with armies, not with dragons alone. The Greens understand that. The Vale and the North will send men. We must give Damon time.
Your Grace, you have witnessed firsthand just how vulnerable you are. Prince Damon is abroad, and Egan's factions are enraged at the death of his son. You have never been so exposed.
Perhaps it is time for you to think about secreting yourself somewhere safe, while we remain here as a source of distraction for the enemy.
You propose to conduct the war in my absence?
It would merely be a precaution.
It would be treason. You are fortunate you took it no further. This council would do well to remember that their queen wears the crown of my grandsire, Jaehaerys the Conciliator, a prudent ruler, the wisest of Targaryen kings whose reign outlasted every other, even Aegon the Conqueror's. It is for you to remind Lady Jane of her pledge and persuade her of the urgency of our need.
Go safely, sister.
I will be safe enough. Far away from any danger with only babes to nurse me.
You do a great service, and may yet find yourself glad to be out of harm's way.
Do not call me Bela. Got me at least that dignity.
I meant no insult. We each do what we can. And here, I think, is some consolation.
Tyrax isn't Stormcloud, a young and vulnerable. These eggs are even more fragile. But should all come to ruin here, you will bear a hope for the future.
Your Grace.
Now, I could be wrong. They said those may be the dragons that Daenerys then uses. Because they somehow, in this war, get stolen while she's over there. But I could be wrong.
I feel sad about Jaehaerys. But I ought not to, I think. People die all the time. Especially babes. They're so little, so they're taken so easily.
Sadness is a condition of motherhood.
There's naught to be gained from it. That horrid procession where the small folk all stared at me. I warrant they thought I had no more right to grief than they do. Surely they lose their babes more than highborn ladies.
The stranger comes for us all. Queen and commoner. You have as much claim to grief as anyone.
And you?
I love Jaehaerys, but my concern has been more for you and what you have endured. Helena,
I forgive you.
What?
I said that I forgive you.
Suits you, Your Grace.
I think mayhaps I shall fly another day.
And it does seem wise on reflection. What's the matter with us, my king? So Martin has a new squire that wants bedding in.
He's never fucked a woman.
You're sworn to chastity now.
Of course, Your Grace.
Yes, Your Grace.
You know what they look like? He speaks truth right enough. Look, you can tell. By his hair.
Is that their half-bone? Yeah, I'll tell you who else doesn't have silver hair. The rightful heir to the Iron Throne, my nephew, Prince Jaehaerys Velaryon.
He's my nephew.
Oh.
All hail the king! All hail the king! Drinks for all! At the pleasure of the crown! Sit down. Sit yourself down. Sit! Drink the wine.
I know just the tea for you, my boy.
Oh.
He said never mind.
That's good. That's you. My name is Sylvie or Celsius. Something like that.
Oh.
Amen the fears! You have come so far,
And yet you still lie with your very first. What a fine, sweet thing. Did you fuck her like a hound?
Oh, wow.
You see, I do not exaggerate. Such is the madam's prowess that even now my brother will not sample another. Hard luck for your spider. As you can see, she's now very much occupied.
Oh gosh.
Oh,
Your squire is welcome to her. One law is as good as another.
Oh, damn.
you just walking around with dick swinging.
No iPad, no nothing. Just
Yeah, that's true.
Read.
He was.
So Wayne, our company is camped out yonder.
On the cold, hard ground. Which is why we make for the Bull. A town with an excellent reputation on the Rotary Road, not 2 miles away from every serve.
We march to make the first strike in the name of His Grace.
I assure you, my nephew will not begrudge me a night of comfort. If it soothes your brow, Cole, we will rendezvous with your army at first light. Or if their wine is good, perhaps we'll go after first light.
We're exposed.
Right? Cole? Get to the trees!
no, Mom says stay high. Terrible. Yeah. Get that one.
A good chance, Kristen. I'm in your debt.
They know we're abroad, they'll be hunting. We must move under the trees and by cover of dark starting tonight. And no fucking inns.
Sir Christian Cole. With some half-dozen other knights, I'm sure of it. Perhaps a scout party for a greater army.
Ravens confirm it, Your Grace. Lord Founders reported a larger force moving northeast towards Rosby.
Could you be certain it was Cole from such a great height?
It was not such a great height, Your Grace.
Oh, you just told on
He
yourself.
said not to engage, so I didn't. Exactly.
Your Grace, we commend the
always coming and going, aren't you? And I have to clean up afterwards.
Oh no! Oh no! This place is haunted.
That's the tree.
That's the tree.
You will die in this place.
Oh.
What do you know of the movements of Alistair Hightower?
Would you take her hostage? Or kill her outright?
I would speak with her myself.
Killing her would be easier.
If war can be averted, it is my duty to avert it. I have reason to believe she may be of the same opinion. She sent a raven. She has expressed her remorse.
You can have a message brought to her, in secret.
She will not agree to it. She would suspect some subterfuge. As would I if I received such a message. I must see her, face to face.
She is the Queen Dowager. She goes nowhere without many eyes watching her. Unless it is fraught.
Speak it.
There are fishing boats aplenty in the bay. The city depends on them. Damon made the journey unhindered.
But if I'm recognized,
You may be surprised to learn it, but most folk pay no mind to a woman who has not dressed as a queen or lured herself with the eyes of men.
so I make my way to the Red Keep, I presume, and ring the bell. Or do I scale the wall and enter her window?
There is one place Alicent goes, outside the castle walls, where you may yet find her alone.
She likes it. Doing it.
I don't know, but she really listens.
He was the guy that was like the middleman.
This was Saunders.
I must speak with you. If I could cry out, your knights would find me. I would be taken or slain. But not before I killed you. And then what? Oh, I've become badly. We watched the tourney together, you and I, the day my brother was born. We knew, even then, that
men trained up for battle are eager to fight, to see blood and glory. But you, I know you do not have that desire within you. Rhaenys has counselled me. She said she saw in you a wish to avert the worst of what may now come.
So you've come to surrender then?
I have come to see if we may uncover some path towards peace. My dragons are restless, they smell battle. But if you and I may come to terms...
There are no terms now. You've no army. Your allies turn from you and they hear of your depravity. Your hands are bloody to no crime. I could never have imagined you.
The trespass was not mine. Oh, say what you will. I am a mother too, and you have yet to answer for the murder of my son.
I repudiate that act with all my heart.
Of course you do. I'm usurping my rightful inheritance. Have you now stooped so low that you will countenance the suffering and death of thousands in order that your feckless son...
Your father changed his mind.
Oh, so you say. And so your father's proclaimed the realm. I saw the king at night. Mere hours before I left him, he had affirmed my right to the throne. A right he upheld steadfastly every day of his life after my mother died. And yet you will maintain that his mind was changed in an instant. You lie. No. My father loved me, Alicent. And I believe he loved you too. She betrayed him at the very last. When was your plan first laid? Was your ambition so keen? He changed his mind. Rhaenyra. He changed his mind. I swear this to you on the memory of my mother. I have been at times unkind, but never untrue. I pronounce before all gathered in that room that you would make a fine queen. Do you think me capable of such naked deceit? What did he say at the end? Did he speak my name? He was weary. It was hard at times to understand. But he spoke Egon's name. He said he was the prince that was promised to unite the realm. What? I desire peace as you, but it said... My father used those words. The prince that was promised. Did he? Yes, he did. He spoke to you of the song of Ice and Fire. It's a story he once told about Aegon the Conqueror.
You dumb.
The Conqueror.
Left it all up.
You must go before you are discovered. There's been a mistake. There's been no mistake. Please. You You can prevent this, Alison.
She's the best.
And even victory may be so bloody as to be counted a loss. Do not let your pride blind you. No mistake. My father has gone from court. God is on the marching. You know what aim it is? It's too late, William. Alison.
All her fault because she didn't know her husband.
Well, it's also because the Targaryens never told anybody but like one person at a time.
Yeah.
If they had made that story known, then you would know that.
What you would have told somebody before now? Like, hey, this is what he said. Somebody would have been like, hold up.
Now it's been confirmed in her mind that her daddy really did want her to rule.
Yeah, now she about to really go crazy.
She also realized that the wrong Aegon's on
That's what I mean.
Well, confirmed it. At first she was like, dang, maybe it wasn't. Then when he said Song of Ice and Fire.
Yep.
But that's the whole thing is, since they kept that story so secret,